let's forget about all this. Now let's just come down to the base. Get a mentor. You're not seeing profitability, get a mentor. If you don't have a mentor, join a group, join a community, start something, find some channels that are willing to help you, not some channels that are willing to give you signal. And I think, okay, hello everyone, good day, whatever time you're watching the video from. Now, among the many questions that normally my student asks is, I just want to buttress the point here and show my face so that you can see how serious this is going to be. So, you know, most times when you hear the idea of trading, you must have been engaged in doing other things, other businesses, or you have a job you're doing. You know, most jobs are taxed, and one of the things that I don't like about job is that they are really interested in taking the most important part of your day, and when they take the most important part of your day, they will leave you with the remaining parts of the day that they are less productive, work related. So what does that what that means is that most jobs are demanding that you go there in the morning, and normally in the morning that's the best part of your day. That time you are calm, that time you are very productive, you are re-energized, you have come up with some real source, demand source, so that you can engage the world with. So most people, before they hear the idea of trading, they must have had their own engagement of their own businesses. Some students, some are still busy with other things. So this video is more of a comprehensive video to give you how you're going to go about your day-to-day trading and how you're going to engage your life, as me did mine. So I will start first by giving you a story. I will give you a story of myself last year when I undergo my NYSC. So maybe you guys will not understand. If you're not in Nigeria, you will not understand what NYC is. But NYC is, the meaning of NYC is called National Youth Service Corps. So after your university in Nigeria as a youth, you have a compulsory 1 year of serving the nation. So during that time, mine was last year. During that time, I was trading and I have to go to work because I serve in an hospital. So I know hospitals, they demand you to be at work from 8 a.m. up to around 2 or 4. So, and as of that time I was still trading, but it wasn't as professional as I am now. I was at a spot that I really have to figure out how to trade and how to do my service as a core member. So I just want to give you a breakdown of how I did mine, and it will maybe help you too in your journey of trading. So stay tuned. So during my NYC, normally when I wake up in the morning, I'm a person that loves morning routines. Like, I love morning routines a lot. I do my morning routines. After my morning routines, the time will be, I will leave with, I think, with an hour before the time I'm supposed to be at work. So after my morning routines, probably it's ending up like 7, you know, the normal morning routines now, exercising, reading, you know, some meditations. After everything, the time is around 7 a.m. So I only have 1 hour to get to work, and most times, you know, transport, everything, settling from work, you only have like literally 30 minutes. So you have 30 minutes to get to work, 7:30, 30 minutes to settle down and start putting your things in order. I think this was my normal routine last of 2022, 2023 stroke 2024. Yeah, I started serving around August last 2023, and I finished around July 2023. So that was my routine. Every morning, finish my morning routines, 7:30, 7, I get to work, 8, I work and close around 2. So I really was at a spot. I really had to figure out how to be trading at the same time and how to be doing my duties as a core member. So as of then, and you guys will understand the worst part of it. The worst part of it, in my area, the area where I stay, there is no network. So I don't think your case is as bad as mine. Where I stay, there is no network. In fact, before you get network for communications, you have to, and it's not some village thing. I think it's town. It's one of the states, one of the biggest states in my country. So before you have network, you have to walk like, let's say, 15 to 20 minutes walk before you get network. And lucky enough for me, there was a school around. I think it's about 20 to 30 minutes walk that I normally go there to trade. So what I normally do is that when I get to work 8, that if I actually get good work that day. So when I go to work 8 a.m. and I close by 2 p.m., I'm already exhausted. So what that means is that I obviously missed London sessions. I could not trade the London session, and I missed New York section because when New York section is about warming up and opening, I'm already exhausted and I'm tired, and I could not trade with that kind of mindset. And one of the things I really want you to understand is that trading requires poise, an extreme level of poise. If you just go and check what that word means, poise. Trading requires an extreme level of poise. That's why most traders you see their plays are so solitary, their plays are so calm and quiet. It really requires you to be at ease. That's the simple word for that. Now, obviously London session is missed. Of course, New York session is missed. And when I'm done at work around 2 p.m., I have only Sydney sessions and Tokyo sessions to engage with strength, if at all I know how to reinvent myself. So the only thing I do is that when I close from work at that 2, I try to reinvent myself, simply showering and going to bed. Like I sleep. I do that siesta a lot because when I don't sleep, if I don't sleep, I don't feel that energy, I don't feel that inner source to engage whatever I want to do. And most of the time, that's why people mostly claim that London session is the best trading session because you're just waking up from sleep. Yes, I think that is the basics for me. That's my perspective. And one thing I also want you to understand that in this forex market is perspective based. If you have your perspective, stick to it, because come on guys, that's what is paying you. Somebody will not just come and tell you something that's working for him and you take it for yourself. But of course, if he's your mentor, you have to take it part-time as of that moment, because you really don't have anything of yours. You have to believe what it is. If you're my student, you have to believe my ethics, you have to believe my values, my perspective are your perspective. And if you are still learning on this channel, I'm obviously your mentor, so my perspective are your perspective. Until you've grown to be an experienced trader and you have started figuring out what things work for you, then you can have a different perspective outside of mine, like I do. I think obviously my early startup, I think 3-4 months into the guy I was looking up to trades the Sydney sessions. Like he doesn't trade in London, he doesn't trade the New York, and his philosophy was early in the morning. A lot of guys are trying to trade. Everybody's helter-skelter. There is a lot of rowdiness, and human nature now. Everybody is trying to up and down, helter-skelter, buy and sell. So for him, he's not interested in trading that kind of sessions. And I trade that kind of way for a time. But with experience, with engagement, day in, day out, I finally figured out what works best for me. So the best advice I will give you now is, when you're learning from somebody, you can stick with his philosophy, and when you get experience and we get knowledge of how things work, then you can start your own, you can give your own value, and you can start your own ethic independently. Now, back to my discussion. So when I close around work by 2, I try to reinvent myself going to sleep. So when I rest, probably siesta don't take long, 2 hours. When I rest to 3, 4, around 5, I'll pick up my bag and laptop and go far to that school. Otherwise, that school is, because my current location have no network, because I serve in an hospital and it's more of like a quarters. The quarters there has no network. Maybe it's restricted or something like that. I really can't explain. So I'll pick up my bag, around 15 minutes walk, and go to that school, drop and analyze my market, place positions if there are opportunities. If there are no opportunities, place forecast for the next day. So that is how I've been trading. So as a person that has a job, I don't know whether you're a police officer whether you are medical personnel, whatever kind of job you're doing, you can still trade. So just for me now, when I'm serving that kind of hectic environment, I still figure out time to trade. When I close from work by 2, I try to rest from that 2 to around 4, and from that 4-5 I try to trade. So I don't think your case is as bad as mine. My apartment, like the area where I live, has no network. I have to leave my area to go and trade. So what I'm trying to say in this video is, whatever your job is, seek that freedom. I think my student was here yesterday, and he was talking to me like, you make this amount of money every week, like averagely you make this amount of money every week. I say, yeah, this is my average income every week. But of course, forex can, sometimes you can have a big week, sometimes you can have a low week. So if you are like, that is freedom, I was like, yes, that's freedom. So the aim of this video is to advertise the level of freedom that you get to offer. Because sometimes when we trade only on Monday, we can decide not to trade for the rest of the week, in fact for the rest of the month, because we've earned an annual income for an average paycheck. How much is an average paycheck in Nigeria? Let's assume 100,000. And how long will a forex trader make 100,000 in a minute? Making $1,000 as a forex trader is the cheapest thing that a forex trader can do, so far as he knows what he's doing and so far as he has sufficient capital. So I'm advertising this freedom for you, to be free of the toys of up and down daily activities that won't make sense. The best trading sessions is you and your personality. I've said this over and over again. So this is to traders, to experienced traders that are trying to find profitability. So what I advise you to do is, from today, as a trader, when you trade in the New York session, first of all, you can't know your best trading session without having a strategy. That is one thing I'm almost about to forget. The mistakes traders make is that you are trying to figure out what doesn't have a basics. What that means is that you are trying to zonal your trade while you don't have a strategy. You are trying to be disciplined while you don't have a strategy. What a strategy means is that your psychology is part of your strategy, your setup is part of your strategy, your risk reward is part of your strategy, your risk appetite is part of your strategy. Like, come on guys, you don't have a risk, you don't know your risk appetite, you're not certain about your strategy, you're not confident, you didn't believe your strategy, your emotions are not in check. Whenever you see one candle going against your direction, you're already scared, you're already closing the trade, you're getting out prematurely. Like, unless you have come to a stage of maturity as a trader, you cannot be disciplined. And state of maturity as a trader is having a setup that you know that whenever this print, I don't care whether the 4-hour time frame is bullish or is bearish, when I have this setup, I'm literally going up, because this is my setup and I've agreed that whenever I see this setup, I'm taking this trade. So the best advice is to get a strategy or just get a mentor. Let's forget about all these things. Now let's just come down to the basics. Get a mentor. You're not seeing profitability, get a mentor. If you don't have a mentor, join a group, join a community, start something, find some channels that are willing to help you, not some channels that are willing to give you signal. And I think the worst thing any forex trader that will do to himself is to be taking signals. What you mean is that you don't trust yourself and you don't trust your abilities to make analysis. As a newbie trader, you shouldn't be taking signals. For me, I remember when I started trading, I don't take signal. Like, why am I taking signal for? The person that is giving me the signal, he analyzed the market, and I have that tendency of analyzing the market. So stay true to yourself. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. If you want us to be dropping more value for you, the more you like, the more you subscribe, the more